My name is Sara Barlow. I am 24. My job is, I'm a part-time student and a full-time mother. That's my only job. Fun, energetic, and optimistic. This is Lila. So full-time mothering is my main priority. However, I am studying part-time as a Master's of Teaching degree to be a secondary teacher. I'm also involved in a production with Tantrum Youth Arts, which will be performed in Sydney and Newcastle, which will end in 2 weeks, which is so exciting. And I've just wrapped up another production with the Maitland Rep. I'm into music and busking. I like cooking sweet things and sharing them with friends. I love coffee. That's about it, I think. I had two households growing up. So my mother and my father divorced when I was young. And my dad's household was very flexible, and we got Maccas every night, which was amazing. As a kid, I thought that was the best thing in the world. My mother remarried quite soon after they divorced, so I had a two households in one together. So I had two stepsisters and one real sister, so there was 4 girls in the one house with 2 parents, and that was exciting. My mother wasn't home very often. She often worked away, but I don't really remember too much about it growing up. The first time I fell pregnant, I was 14, so it was a bit not as supportive. The second time around, it was very, very much a different story because I was a lot older and I could support myself. I wasn't as dependent on my parents to raise a child as I would have been when I was 14. And they've been supportive since. So I'll start from the 14. Finding out I was pregnant when I was 14 set me on my motherhood adventure. I felt like a mother when I was 14, even though I didn't have a child, and I've felt like a mother since. So when I fell pregnant again at 20, I was very prepared. I was so prepared to be a mother. But falling pregnant at 20, even though I was a lot older than 14, it has stopped me from doing a lot of things. I've been able to do things because of the supportive parents. I have had full-time work before and I'm studying full-time and whatnot. But especially with 2 children as a young person, socialising, doing hobbies and things like the plays that I'm involved in, I wouldn't be able to do if it wasn't for my family supporting me, especially with babysitting. Yeah, it's been interesting to juggle the things. High school was high school. I don't know. I was the slut of high school, so it was alright. But I had depression a lot after the age of 14 because of the abortion and whatnot. So it was very much, it was an escape from the depression. High school was, and I had very supportive friends, which helped a lot. I didn't hate it. Went alright. The guidance counsellor was quite amazing at my school. I was quite close friends with her son, so she knew all the story. And she was very helpful through depression as well. And I was able to not attend a lot of PE classes because it was a sensitive topic for me at that time. So I was able to skip a lot of that. So that helped so much, but it was very much swept under the rug in every other aspect. I wasn't, because I knew I was going to go to uni, and I knew that I would eventually be a mother again. I had a job before I left school, so that wasn't a concern for me, but I think it would have been if I didn't have a job. Having the freedom to don't know, choose what you want to do, I guess. I mean, choose your kind of job, choose your university degree, choose whatever. That things cost money and things break and they cost money to fix. Thankfully I've had my mum and my dad bail me out so many times, but yeah, and that things often don't go to plan, but new plans emerge from that, which is a nice surprise and nice to know. Finishing my arts degree with 2 children. Oh my God, and being mostly single during that time. I'm very proud of myself for doing that. Yeah. God. I still talk about when I'm an adult now. Like when I'm an adult, I will do this, or when I'm an adult, I will do that. Yeah, I don't think I'll ever grow up fully. I don't think that's not on the cards. I think there will come a time when I think I'm an adult and when people think they're adults, but that'll be different for everyone. Adults should be empathetic. If you're an unempathetic adult, you're doing it wrong. Yeah, I think that's probably the sign of adulthood, I guess, is being empathetic, being responsible and caring for others. Well, I always told myself when I was a teenager that things would get better and just keep going along. That was just an inner monologue that I told myself as a teenager, and that is just something that I'll repeat to my teenage self now, I guess. Because I knew that when I was in the depressed state, just coming out of an abortion, being in a terrible frame of mind, that I knew that it would get better. There was no going like lower from that. So I just had to sort of wait for it to get better. And I did, and it did. Like, you just gotta wait it out, I guess. I like my smile. That's a physical thing though. But I also like it because I can make other people happy when I smile at them. And that's my favourite part about myself, making other people happy. Yeah. I'm Sara. I fell pregnant when I was 14, had an abortion and went through terrible depression. But things have gotten better. I am finally a mother of 2 children, and that was the wrong time, and I had to wait for the right time, and waiting was hard, but it was worth it.